welcome back to the Central Valley Buzz, everybody. I'm your host, Chuck Leonard. Who's hungry?
I am.
All right, well, what you need to do is go to centralvalleytalk.com right now. Go to the Enter to Win tab, and in the subject line, put barbecue, and you could be the winner of free food from Watts Family Barbecue right over at Blackstone and McKinley. Before we bring in my next guest, I have something very, very important to tell everyone out there. Today is my beautiful sister-in-law, Amanda King's birthday, and I just want to say happy birthday to her. She's one of the greatest people I know, and one of the greatest things she does is she always keeps me in line.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so happy birthday, Amanda. Our next guest, Dr. Salo Stanley. All right,
Hi.
Salo, how
Awesome.
are you?
Oh, most
You
excellent.
guys don't know how excited I am to have Salo here. How's things going?
Oh, great. I just love it. I just love your show, and I'm at home painting or in between sound patients. I turn on KAIL and watch your program.
Thank you very much. You know, the response we're getting from all over the valley is just amazing. And we talk about it all the time. It's like we don't realize it because we're just out with everybody, and we think like we're just doing the best that we can for Fresno, and then people from all over the valley, everywhere we go, are just all over us, thanking us for what we're doing. And so I just want to thank everybody at home for that. It's very humbling.
Well, it's important. I think Fresno needs it.
So you said sound therapy earlier. People are probably going, "What the heck is that?"
I know. Huh?
So why don't you explain to people at home exactly what you do?
Well, I've been a chiropractor for about 26 years. I graduated up in the Bay Area, and but I also do sound therapy since 1999 or so. And what I do is I actually use tuning forks on acupuncture points. And let me just...
You have one with you?
Yes, I do.
Ooh.
Just to show the audience of what these forks
The musicians,
look like.
listen to this because it's really cool.
These are the forks, and they're tuned to the key of C sharp, which is... NASA discovered that there is a tone or a frequency or music coming from the center of the Milky Way galaxy, which is C sharp. And so you're kind of thinking, what the heck is that about? Yeah, they are able to calibrate it. There's wonderful philosophers, and Pythagoras figured out that there's the music of the spheres, that actually planets do make a certain frequency or tone or music.
Wow.
And so what this is tuning forks. It's vibration. So if you held this fork just like this, I'm going to let you hold that.
All right.
And I tap this fork and I place it on top. I don't know if you could feel that.
I can.
And what happens is the lower frequency or vibration that isn't moving will always match up to the higher frequency. And the scientific term for that is called entrainment.
Okay.
And so, in other words, let's say you have anxiety, stress, a heart problem, some digestive problems, whatever that is in your body.
Okay, keep them going. Okay.
Sleepless nights.
Okay.
What happens is that is in a lower vibration, the stress, the anxiety, the disease process.
Okay.
It cannot live at a higher frequency. So once your cells, which is 80% of your body is water, those cells vibrate. It creates a frequency. It will match up to these tuning forks to a higher vibration. That stress, that anxiety, that depression, the sleepless nights begin to go away.
Wow.
All right, and you are more your optimal self, your more healthy self of who you are in the universe.
So what do you hear from people after they have these kind of sessions with you?
It's really kind of interesting because it's really hard to explain unless you experience it, because you are in a darkened room. We have a little bit of light therapy. We have beautiful music playing, and after they get the work done, they're like, "Oh my God, that was so amazing! That was almost like I remember having my first LSD experience." Or
whoa, in C sharp.
Or I feel like, "Oh my God, it was a little bit like mushrooms," because the light therapy, the light therapy actually stimulates, and also the tuning forks can actually release what we call DMT in the brain.
Okay.
In the pineal gland, there is a chemical called dimethyl tryptophan. Tryptophan, and what it does is it releases the spirit molecule. That's the sensation that you have when you actually have an LSD experience, a mushroom experience, any psychotropics. And so,
how long does this last?
Well, it's very mild. It's not like as if you went to South America and had some ayahuasca or something, which would last for hours. But not that I've done that. But I don't need it because I'm like that all the time since I had my spiritual awakening in 1992, which is a long story. I started hearing my guides and angels after a crystal therapy session, and I thought I was going crazy, and I ended up going to 3 psychiatrists. But I passed all the tests. I'm very intelligent. They said I wasn't having a schizophrenic experience because I was hearing voices. They said it was more paranormal. And so that started my journey in 1992, that there was something more than just adjusting the body. There was more of a spiritual realm and an intuitive realm out there. And actually, when you do get in touch with yourself with the DMT being released through the sound therapy, you do get in more touch with your intuition, more of your guides and angels, if you want to call it. Things start to go more well in your life, like synchronicities and happiness and joy and creativity. I've had a lot of patients actually leave relationships after 40 years that were no longer working, get that new job that they always wanted to do, ended up doing a career of being a musician or an artist is something that when you're a kid they said you can't make a living doing that. Well, right. It's only a belief, and the belief will confine you, as the Buddha says. So it's about just letting go all of that, just relaxing on the sound table, experiencing this frequency. And these forks are actually designed by me in Germany. They actually have my name, Salo Sound, on it. People always ask me what I do. I'm kind of like a Renaissance woman. I do a lot of things, except the one thing is I don't sing. But
but you do play music.
Yes, I do play music. I play the cajon and the drums. I play the violin, the mandolin, and the harp. And I also do the sound therapy with the crystal bowls here, which how
does that work?
During a session, right at the end, we use this crystal bowl. This is done in the key of F, which is great for the heart chakra.
The bowl is in
the key of
F, and it's good for the heart chakra.
There's many chakras, 7 chakras. The bottom chakra is done in key, is in the key of C. Then you have your second chakra, which right around your lower stomach area, which is called D, and then right around the belly button area is E, the note of E. Then the heart chakra is F, the throat chakra is G. In fact, a lot of Native American flutes on CDs are done in the key of G because it's about self-expression, following your dreams, and speaking your truth.
Like a train.
Yeah, that's why G is really cool because you find that in a lot of music.
Tune your guitar to a train.
Yeah, or open G tuning, you know, and it's like really great and bluegrass music, and it's something that you can really jam with a lot of other musicians, you know, and so. And then we have G, then we have the key of A, which is the third eye, right between the eyes here. That has a special awakening. In fact, in the King's Chamber.
Does everybody have a third eye?
Everybody has a third eye. Everybody has a third eye. But what happens is we're very psychic when we're younger, but around age 9, the pineal gland, which is our psychic center, calcifies. Okay. And so when you come in for tuning forks, the vibration with the tuning forks on either side of the head actually shakes up and decalcifies that
so it makes
membrane.
Your pineal gland work again?
Yes, it helps.
So it gives you, so you're like a child again.
Yeah, it's like having that excitement about what you love to do and not following what your parents said, and kind of like going out and running in the grass,
coloring out of the lines.
Yes, right. And that's what we all need to do, is get out of the box and not be part of this matrix.
Hit this thing. Tell me how that works.
So you just tap the side. I also use an infratonic sound machine, which is $1,000. It is done in alpha waves, so when we place it on your body, your mind entrains or matches up to that frequency of meditation. So instead of meditating for 2 hours, you're able to meditate and get in that relaxed state of alpha waves within a couple minutes.
Wow.
So
how interesting is all this? Who out there could use a little bit of mellowing out? Yeah. Everybody in the whole studio audience. Dr. Salo, how can people get a hold of you?
Well, they can find me on my website, www.salosounds.com. Or they can also email me at salo 2@comcast.net. I also will have my Art Hop show tonight at Chris Sorensen's studio from 5 to 8.
Is that part of the black and white?
It's part of the black and
Okay.
white. I have a pen and ink drawing there of actually explaining some of the astrological alignments we've been going through. I also will be doing a spiritual talk in Madeira this Saturday at 10:30 at the Spiritual Awareness Center on 218 D Street. And I also will be playing music at church at the Central Valley. Oh my goodness! It's a small little church on Shaw. It's they'll just kill me if I forget about that. You know how that is. Central Valley Center for Spiritual Living, 2350 West Shaw Avenue, number 121. It's a wonderful little church there. Barb and I play music. Barb has an awesome voice.
She does.
And I just envy that because I can't sing, but she sings like a big black woman. But it's wonderful, so I'll be doing that. And then also I will be doing a talk in Hanford on the 24th of May, and it's called UFO Symbology, Time Travel, and Renaissance Art. Now that's a long one, but that's a lot of fun. We can talk about time travel and all sorts of time travel or type of stuff too.
You come back and talk to me about that?
Oh yeah, it'd be lots of fun. You would just love it and everything.
Awesome.
And then I could be the doctor.
How can people get a hold of you, Salo?
You can even call me at 559-250-0845 or salo2@comcast.net.
Thank you for
Well,
coming
thank you
on.
very much. Oh,
It's
blessings.
It's always good to see
Sending
you.
angels
We're going
your
to take
way.
a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with the Style Like Revelators.